Learner Tien, kind enough to join us now after squeezing through that second set. Well done. It was kind of a wild breaker there at the end. What allowed you to get over the line?
Yeah, I thought I came up with some good points, and as the tiebreak went on, especially down set point, I found some good serves, I think, and I think just kind of staying there mentally after losing my serve at 5-4 is huge.
Well, I want to talk about that because that's, you just kind of gloss over it, but that's so impressive. Especially sometimes I got to remind myself that you're 19 because you exercise so much maturity on the court and you've been having such a great year. When you drop serve like that, this is a match where I'd say you were pretty comfortable all the way through. When you drop serve, how do you not let it bother you and perhaps all of a sudden you're in a third set, you bounce back real quick?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously irritating. Like at 5-4, we have a pretty long first point. He hits a let court winner. So that was kind of a rough way to start the game. But, I mean, just take it and move on. I mean, not much you can do. I had 2 second serve looks at 40-15 the next game to break again, and I lost those 2. So just moving on and not really dwelling on my past mistakes.
Spoken like a champ, spoken like a man of 10 years on the tour. Learner, you've been playing so well this year. You're at 39 in the world right now. You've been up to 36, edging possibly for an Australian Open seeding. What have you learned the most with all the experience you've gained this year?
I mean, just trying to take what I can from the losses and, take what I can from the wins and losses. I mean, obviously it's tougher to take some things from the wins, so you got to appreciate the losses a little bit, especially kind of like my first time around. But I think just getting to play all these new events, all these new players, playing new players kind of exposes things in your game that, you might not have known that were kind of there. And, you kind of take those things, you go back, and you kind of try and fix those flaws. And I think that's been huge for me all year.
You had a beautiful run in Beijing. You took out Musetti there. You took out Medvedev. Great run there to the final. Massive finalist trophy. What was that week like? You're having some pretty big wins this year.
Yeah, pretty abrupt end in the final there for my run, but it was a great tournament. I've never made it past the quarter, so to final there was amazing. Obviously taking a lot of confidence from that tournament through the rest of the year for sure.
Alex Michelsen's up later today. I know you guys have been close. You guys train a lot together. How has that push between you guys been? You guys seem to see one-upping each other as you go along.
Yeah, I think we push each other. We're both happy for each other. We both root for each other, and so it's cool to see him do well. It's nice not having to see him first round or something like that. So it's cool. He was actually, I forgot my string in Shanghai, and he's been taking it with him week to week until I saw him here. So shout out to him for that.
That's a good dude. That's a good dude. I was having a chat with some of the players, and there's a lot of teams out there who are really talking about you as one of the top couple young guys who are really going to make that next big push. Are you aware of sort of all this great respect that you've garnered from all the top teams?
Yeah, I mean, I try not to think about it too much. That's the last thing I want to get to my head. Sure. But I'm happy with how I've been, coming along and kind of challenging some of these higher ranked guys. And yeah, it's great.
This is probably your biggest season as far as matches and so forth. 27th win, 22 losses. That's a lot of matches that you've played, a lot of wins as well. How are we feeling? I know you've had a little bit of a break. You were able to go home for a little bit, right? Week and a half, you had mentioned. How are we feeling energy-wise towards the end of this full season?
I feel good right now. It's been a long season. I think the last 2 weeks I took off, and it was great. I don't think I would have been ready to play in Vienna last week. Yep. I was actually in queues, so I think I would have gotten in last second, but when I was kind of making my travel decisions, I was still in queues, so just thought it'd be good to give myself an extra week, so I'm feeling good.
I know you're a man who stays in the moment here on this run in Paris, but do you have Australia possibly as a goal in the back of your mind, seeding-wise?
I think that's a bonus for me. If it happens, it's great, but I don't really think I'll try to go, point chase here and there and think about it during my matches if I'm playing for like a seeding or not. I don't think it's worth it.
It was fun to watch you out there. It's always fun to watch you play. Way to pull it out in straight sets.
Thank you.